Welcome back everyone. Mario Strikers Battle League from Next Level Games and Nintendo has been a disappointment for many. But why? Is it really that bad? Are the issues with the game breaking, or just disappointing? Let's take a minute and look at a few of the pros and cons about Strikers. Let's start with what's good in the game. First off, the gameplay and mechanics behind it are truly fun. The controls are simple enough for a beginner, but have enough depth and nuance to allow you to get really good. Mastering perfect shots, perfect passes, lob passes, and free passes can put you light years ahead of other players. So too can mastering your aim while firing a shot. Using the left stick while shooting allows you to aim the ball at the top or bottom of the goal and left or right to avoid the goalie. But if all you know is A shoots and B passes, you can get along just fine in the beginning and get started with the game. The next area worthy of a mention are the stats and gear. They have meaningful impacts on your character's performance. When a character has a high shooting stat, for instance, you can tell that they have significantly more power behind their shots and it's easier for them to score goals. Or if they have a high technique score, they can curve the ball much more and land near impossible shots. The gear allows you to modify these stats and match up your favorite character with your preferred playstyle. If you are playing the offline cup battles, you can modify your whole team to fit your style. All of this provides a good base for customization. Next up is the online play. Online play is fun and more interesting to play than cup battles versus the computer. In fact, online play is a level playing field compared to cup battles, where the computer seems to know what you are going to do before you do. In online play, an actual human has to see your action and then react or try to predict your actions and possibly get it wrong. This allows for a lot more strategy. If you are playing alone against more than one other human opponent, the match does become more challenging, but still winnable. Playing online is where this game really shines. Now, what's wrong with the game? Why do so many people hate it, or at least are disappointed in it? Well, first off, there is the weird matchmaking system for online play. If you want to play with 3 of your friends together online in a club battle against other players, you will need 2 switches with 2 of you on each one. You can't all play together from your own homes on each of your own 4 switches. The lobbies only allow 4 consoles to be connected in a match between the 2 teams. This just seems weird to me. Surely this was a design choice and not a necessity. So, why? Just, why? This has created a situation where almost every match I've played online is with just one human opponent. Sometimes 2, but never more. Not that it can't happen, it just seems very unlikely to happen. Before I get any farther into the cons, remember to like the video if it's helpful to you, or leave a comment after and let me know what you think about Mario Strikers Battle League and Nintendo's current release strategy when it comes to their Mario sports games. Now, back to the cons. So what, some of the online features are a little disappointing. Surely the single player is good, right? Wrong. This game was not made or designed with single player gameplay in mind. I mean, yes, it's here, you can do it, but it isn't the way the game was meant to be played. The first set of cup battles on normal mode are okay in single player, even too easy maybe. But the second round in galactic mode is brutal, seemingly unfair at times. I'm sure with a full team of competent and practiced human players, it would be much easier. And this can be done on a single system in the offline cup battles, but we are talking the single player experience right now. I have beat all but the last galactic mode cup battle in single player mode, but most of these wins seem to be more dumb luck than anything else. The computer plays so well, it can seem, again, downright unfair. I have pulled ahead at the end of a match before by pulling off what I thought would be a game-winning hyperstrike, which was not easy to get, by the way, only to see the computer move 2 inches on my side of the field, kick a normal shot, and it goes in, losing me the match. One big issue with single player is that the computer-controlled characters on your team are just space fillers, barely ever doing anything until you take direct control of them. I understand the developer and players, honestly. We don't want to win because the computer beat itself, but maybe at the least my AI teammates could try to get the ball when it's free instead of just slowly jogging toward it while my opponent is running towards it. Or instead of standing there and watch it roll in front of them while the other team grabs it, they could take 2 steps and get it. Honestly, I could go on and on about the single player experience, like how there is no content and barely any point to even playing single player, but I will stop before you tire of my ranting. Now, for the big one. The one where I defended Mario Strikers, where I thought, after my initial impressions and making my impressions video, that this would be okay for now. The content. Or rather, the lack of. After spending more time with the game now, I've come to realize that I'm done. I have no content to unlock, no goal to keep me playing. I mean, sure, playing online is fun for a match or two, but there isn't a lot of motivation to keep playing. In other online-centric games, you can unlock new gear as you rank up, or get other similar meaningful rewards. In Strikers, you get some customization for your stadium, but that's about it. Nothing meaningful. But what about some new gear for my character that can only be unlocked after achieving a certain amount of points in a season, or by playing a certain amount of matches, getting so many goals, or performing X amount of hyper strikes? No, none of that. There's no goal, there's no objective to strive towards to keep me interested. Another issue is that there is only one way to play. Matches. Just plain old matches. They're all the same. No special modes to change things up occasionally. Even Switch Sports gave us more soccer modes, and honestly, I think I had more fun playing that than Strikers in its current form. Once you've played a cup battle and an online game, that's it. You've seen the game. I know Nintendo plans on adding more in later updates, but I think that's too little too late for me. There simply isn't enough launch content to keep me interested. I honestly thought there would be. I wanted to love Mario Strikers Battle League, but it has disappointed me. Maybe in a year, after Nintendo has released the rest of the content that should have been in the release, I'll pick it up again. But this isn't the way games should be. If I pay $60 for a game, it better be a full game. At least with things like early access on Steam, the developer is honest about, hey, it isn't done yet, but here it is if you want to try it. What Nintendo is doing with these online service games by releasing the framework of a game without meaningful content, but then charging me full price, is just wrong in my opinion. Either give me all the content or release the game at a much lower price point and charge for DLC. Be honest. So my final thoughts and recommendations are these. Don't buy the game in its current state, especially at the $60 price tag. Wait until this is a full game. As I said, I wanted to love this game, but now I understand why so many people are disappointed with the game. Hopefully it does get better and will be worth it one day, and I will check back after Strikers get some updates, but the additions will have to be something pretty good to draw me back in for any length of time. If you made it this far, let me know what you think about this new format for reviews. I thought maybe a pro-con setup would be more concise than arbitrary scores. Obviously, I'm still trying to develop the channel and trying to see what works best, so any feedback is greatly appreciated. As always, I thank you for watching, and keep on gaming.